everyone, welcome to SHOT Show 2022. We're here at the Microtech booth. We're down in the basement area, and what we're going to do is we're going to go and check and see what we brought to the show. So we're going to start in the corner here. We do have the catalogs, and what we tried to do was bring one of everything in the catalog. So if you're wanting one of these, come by the booth and you can get one. We've got plenty, and what we're going to do is just go all the way around the booth and look at everything that we brought. So starting in this one, what we have is the famous 70, the X70, and this is really small, very popular knife. You guys can see the size of it, but if you want something that you can carry that has a cutting edge that you're never going to know that's in your pocket, this is a great choice. So what we're going to do is keep working our way over, and we have all different blade configurations, but now we morph over into the UTX 85. On that, we brought a couple of different models, everything from the G10 handles to the Signature Series. Signature Series is just so smooth, really nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on over to the Ultratech. The Ultratech is kind of like our flagship. And coming over to here, you'll see it is 15% larger than that UTX 85. This is a great daily carry knife. We even have one of the Jedis in here with the red blade. This is not the Jedi, this is going to be the Sith Lord. You'll see that tri-pattern here, as well as the red blade. All right, in this case, we have the service personnel program. So if you qualify for the program, whether you're first responder, being like military, law enforcement, or even uniformed services, you can choose any of these under that program. So you'll have the Ultratech UMS, you have the LUDT, we have the RSK, which is the first responders, and then you also have the LEO that is blue and black, and then we have the manual SOCOM Elite. All right, so coming on around, we have the Stitch. Now, this is a very popular knife. We have full serrated, we have partial serrated, we have the plain edge. So the Stitch has been extremely popular. It is a collaboration with Borka, with Sebastian Berengi. We also have the collaboration with Bastinelli. So we have the Iconic as well as the Feather. So these are great knives, but to be able to show you guys a representation of everything that's in the catalog is actually pretty cool to have them all together in one place. Moving on down, we have the SBD, the Dagger by Sebastian and Borka knives. We also brought some Cerakote camouflage ones here, so it's actually pretty cool to be able to see all these different ones, everything from tan to this urban camo. And then we'll go on down to the Cairo and the SOCOM Bravo. All right, guys, so in this case here, we have the Cairo pen. The Cairo comes in two different sizes. We have the short and we have the longer version. It is a bolt action pen, so you can just pull down and slide it over. And then we also have the new SOCOM Bravo as well. So on the SOCOM Bravo, this is a collaboration with Reich Knife. You have carbon fiber as well as titanium. You do use the Bowler M390 blade steel. Just feels great in the hands. Guys, these are actually awesome. You can actually buy these directly from Microtech. Just send an email to Microtech and they'll take your order. So let's go on down and check out some of the other cool items. So coming over to this side, you're going to see our famous LUDT as well as the SOCOM Elite Manual and Auto. So the LUDT is just a perfect daily carry knife. It's not large, it's very thin. We reviewed this knife many times. Very hard to use knife, but we have that, as well as the SOCOM manuals. You guys have seen these before, and then the SOCOM Elite Autos. So if your state allows it, you have the Auto. It's a great setup, but you guys might not have seen these. These are pretty interesting here. Let's go over here to this side. So at a request of a company, this was called a lineman's knife, and this had a specific purpose. It does have a blunt tip on it, but it does have a ring lanyard so that you don't lose it, whether you're carrying it this way. It's a very large knife. It was meant for gloved hands and being able to sheath things, but it is the lineman series. We also have the Hawk Karambit. So you guys know about the Hawk, but this one actually has a finger hole in it as well. It's actually rather large, and that is the Hawk Karambit. Now we have the TAC P. You guys have seen these before. We also have the SOCOM Alpha Mini, and then also the Arbiter. The Arbiter is a very large knife. Depends on the use that you need it for, but this is a hard use knife. I'd call it a fieldcraft knife or a bush knife. We also have the siphon too, as well as the toolkit. So you can see we pretty much brought everything that's in that catalog. Coming on down, we've got the Hera, which the Hera has one of the smoothest actions out there because of the slide engineering that's been done on the inside. It's incredibly smooth. You guys are very familiar with the Hera. We also brought the Exosets as well. So we're just kind of going through everything that we have. So coming on through the case, you have the die rack. This does have the new updated chassis cuts on it. And then you have the die rack Delta, the bigger brother. You guys can see the size comparison there. And then we move on to the mini troodon. So the mini troodon, you guys might wonder why we make these smaller knives. We can't forget our folks out in California. They do have a blade length restriction of 2 inches. So that's why you see things like the X70 California compliant, or the Exoset, or the mini troodon. So they do have their place. So if you live in California, that's also an option for you. We also have the troodon as well. This is a small version of basically the combat troodon, which is very, very popular. This is a good size for daily carry as well, without being too cumbersome in the pocket. As we move on down, we're going to finish up with the combat troodons. You guys are very, very familiar with those. We also have some of these that are custom Cerakoted, all the way on down to the hard coat, to the anodizing. The combat troodon is very, very popular. We also have the HS Rescue as well. The HS Rescue, or the Helena Selena, basically it was a concept to be able to get something that was considered a tool and not a knife. It has a blunt tip, does have a shorter cutting edge that's full serrated, and it also has a seatbelt cutter as well. It is based off the combat troodon chassis. And last but not least, it is a gun show. So let's go ahead and talk about the R² K9. We do have these here as well. We have them on display, as well as the custom knife pouch and the custom belts. So if you've got time, come on down. If you have an opportunity to come out to Vegas, see SHOT Show 2022, we're in booth 41526. Come check us out. Hope to see you soon.